Welcome to Seize the Mains by Malhotra's IS Academy. I'm Surbhi Sirdana and I'm taking this answer writing initiative for UPSC and State Civil Services Mains for Monday to Friday at 9 pm. If you are new, you can download the compilation for season 1 of Seize the Mains, question number 1 to 28 and the corresponding answers from the link in the description below. Also, you can download the timetable of Seize the Mains till May 3rd from the link given in the description below. Let's begin. It's day 53 and our topic for today is from GS paper 1. It's about factors responsible for the location of primary, secondary and tertiary sector industries in various parts of the world including India. So, the question that we are taking today is very simple. It is just to explain you a particular concept and how to address it in 150 words. Before I display the question, just keep a pen and a paper handy with you, take notes during the lecture and try to develop your own structure for this answer. So, explain the factors influencing the location of iron and steel industries. Here we will be talking about India only. Today we are taking this discussion with respect to India. You will have to answer this in 150 words for 10 marks. We are not considering the industries of the world. We will be discussing only whatever the location or what the factors have changed over time with respect to India. So, keep your answer limited to that. Let's begin by writing an introduction. An introduction involves paraphrasing of the terms given in the question. So, here as it is given about iron and steel industries. So, we will talk about importance of iron and steel industry as they form the base of all the industries. So, iron and steel industry forms the base of all other industries. Therefore, it is called basic industry. It is one of the most complex and capital intensive industry. See, this answer has to be given in 150 words. So, we will not beat around the bush. We have given the importance of this industry and right away we will just jump on to writing about the factors which are important for the location of these industries. And there is something very important with respect to location of these industries. A question has been asked by UPSC in 2022 mains and 2020 mains about how the factors have changed and analyze the factors responsible for the location of these industries away from the raw material points. So, using the linkage point, we will move towards the body paragraph. The following are some of the important factors influencing the location of iron and steel industry. See, the first thing for any industry is the availability of raw materials, and in the case of raw materials for iron and steel industry, what is that? Mines or iron ores or coal that is used for smelting of iron or production of steel. So, the fuel and raw material, iron ore is very important. So, iron ore is a heavy mineral and transporting it over a long distance is highly difficult. So, industries are formed, industries are created around the iron ores. So, it is therefore ensured that the lowest possible distance is covered between mines and industries by locating such industries nearby mines. For example, the industries set up in the 20th century, the industries of Bokaro, Durgapur near coalfields, Bhadravati, Bhilai, Rourkela are there in the vicinity of iron ore sources. So, mostly industries were located in the Chota Nagpur plateau because iron ores were there, coal availability was there, most of the mineral resources of India are located there. So, Chota Nagpur plateau had a density of these iron and steel industries. But the catch here is that with the passage of time and the depletion of raw materials in those iron ores plus a lot of import, so emergence of new technologies like electric furnaces which do not require coal and fuel saving transportation have promoted the iron and steel industry to locate away from the material sources. So, you have to mention about this, the second paragraph here. A separate question has been asked by UPSC around the second paragraph in mains 2020 as we just discussed, and this is one of the favorite areas of civil services mains examination where they question candidates on their knowledge of location of iron and steel industries. The second one would be nearness to seaports or transportation should be easy. So, the raw material needed for carrying out iron processing has to be imported and the finished products exported to foreign markets. So, both for the import and for the export, the cheapest way for transportation is water transport through the sea route, through ships. So, location should be such that it is near to the seaports so that water transportation is accessible. So this requires the availability of seaports that acts as an influencing factors. For example, iron industries having proximity to Haldia port and Paradip port. Most of these industries, keeping in view the Chota Nagpur plateau and the eastern coastline of India, they are located near Paradip and Haldia port. The third one is you need labor for production of any metal, for any for production of any finished metal or finished goods. So you need labor for that. Labor availability should be there. If you try to motivate people to migrate to work in your industry, if they are migrating from a place, then there is a lot of cost involved. You will have to see that where they settle down, are the residential facilities available, or sometimes the companies have to provide them with hostels. So this is not a financially lucrative business from that point of view. But if you have labor availability in the neighborhood of your industry, if near your industry labor is available and it is available in bulk, so that it is in a way cheaply available, so that that adds to the factor of, that adds to the motivation of a businessman to set up an industry in that area. So skilled labor is required for working in iron and steel industries. Industries are therefore set up near areas where there is adequate human resource available for functioning. Example, cheap and skilled labor present in eastern India. So can you see that eastern India and this Chota Nagpur area of India, they form the most conducive points for the setting up of iron and steel industries. The fourth one is connectivity to markets. The first thing that we discussed was that if you have to export the finished metal, you need water ports, sea ports available, but connectivity to domestic markets or international markets also has to be there. So there should be a good connectivity from industry location to all parts of the country, so that goods can be sold, goods can be sent to the markets and they can be sold there. This allows them to transport the end product all over the market. Good network of roads, railways and waterways are desirable. So government is many a times motivated to establish corridors in these places, establish good roads, highways or railway facilities in such areas which connect industries to markets directly. So if that connectivity is available, businessmen or industrialists are motivated to set up their industries there. Fifth one is the government policies. If you are producing a finished metal or a finished good and the government is taxing your profits at a very high interest rate, or government policies or environment policies of that area are not conducive for the setting up of industry. So you might not be motivated to set up an iron and steel industry in that area. While on the other hand, if the government does give some benefits, some leverages in terms of the environmental stringency is not there, and the tax benefits are there and the profits are not highly taxed, so those that gives a push or a motivation or a boost to the industrial setup, especially in terms of iron and steel industry. So industry friendly policies are always an advantage for influencing setting up of industries. They ensure that favorable atmosphere is created for development and flourishing of business. Favorable industrial policy of Chhattisgarh government is one of the examples, and now many other states are also trying to follow this. They are developing an industrial policy which is conducive for the businessmen and keeping other things at the back seat, so that industrialists can feel motivated and more employment, more skilled employment can be generated in that area, that particular state. See, this was a very short discussion today. The reason for this is it is weekend and we don't want to add a lot of stress to your schedule, plus prelims is approaching. So this was not even a sample question for UPSC, this was just a discussion so that the continuity remains. We will be back again on Monday. Write down your answers to this question with respect to India, with regards to India, and share them with us in the next 24 hours on this email ID rmiasmainswriting@gmail.com. Also on a daily basis we are running current affairs, we are running prelim sprint every day at 5 PM. Follow that, nail prelims this year, and then continue your journey to making it to the finalist with us through all the initiatives that we bring out to you on a daily basis. All the best, stay tuned and keep working hard.